Please.
Item 42 is a charter amendment authorizing the Board of Supervisors to amend a contract with the Public Employees Retirement System in order to transfer to the San Francisco Employees Retirement System the assets and liabilities of certain airport police officers.
Supervisor McGoldrick, briefly, and then a roll call.
Thank you very much, colleagues. I ask for your support.
Roll call.
42.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there any public comment on this item number 42? We'll have 1 minute for public comment. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think this is Sylvia Johnson. I think that item 42 has been in measurement to probably precise, and the other in our proceedings is very highly, in conflict with this precise measurements, in which I always have been having problems all my life with.
Thank you. That will conclude public comment. Public comment is closed, and on the item, a roll call, please.
Supervisor Peskin.
Aye.
Peskin, aye. Supervisor Sandoval. Sandoval, aye. Supervisor Alioto-Pierre.
Aye.
Alioto-Pierre, aye. Supervisor Amiano. Amiano, aye. Supervisor Daly. Daly, no. Supervisor Dufty.
Aye.
Dufty, aye. Supervisor Ellsburn. Ellsburn, aye. Supervisor Jew. Jew, aye. Supervisor Maxwell.
Aye.
Maxwell, aye. Supervisor McGoldrick. McGoldrick, aye. Supervisor Mirkrimi.
Aye.
Mirkrimi, aye. There are 10 ayes and one no.
Charter amendment is submitted. Next item.
Item 43 is an ordinance amending the San Francisco Police Code to increase permit and license fees for certain motor vehicle for hire permits and to repeal obsolete provisions and to authorize an annual adjustment to such fees to match changes in the consumer price index and ratifying fees previously collected.
Supervisor Jew.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to state that as per the city attorney, I have to recuse myself on this vote.
And that would be on the basis of?
Of my interest in a taxi permit.
Motion to recuse Supervisor Jew made by Supervisor Ellsburn, seconded by Supervisor McGoldrick. Without objection, the supervisor is recused. And on the item, a roll call, please.
Supervisor Peskin.
Aye.
Peskin, aye. Supervisor Sandoval. Sandoval, aye. Supervisor Alioto-Pierre.
Aye.
Alioto-Pierre, aye. Supervisor Amiano. Aye. Amiano, aye. Supervisor Daly.
Supervisor Daly. Aye.
Daly, aye. Supervisor Dufty. Dufty, aye. Supervisor Ellsburn. Ellsburn, aye. Supervisor Jew is recused. Supervisor Maxwell. Maxwell, aye. Supervisor McGoldrick. McGoldrick, aye. Supervisor Mirkrimi.
Aye.
Mirkrimi, aye. There are 10 ayes.
Ordinance is passed on first reading. Next item.
Item 44 is a resolution approving the 8th Amendment to the agreement between the City and County of San Francisco and Sunset Scavenger Company for sludge hauling, increasing the total compensation to the contractor by $1.3 million to $12,415,000.
Roll call.
Supervisor Peskin.
Aye.
Peskin, aye. Supervisor Sandoval. Sandoval, aye. Supervisor Alioto-Pierre.
Aye.
Alioto-Pierre, aye. Supervisor Amiano. Amiano, aye. Supervisor Daly. Daly, aye. Supervisor Dufty. Dufty, aye. Supervisor Ellsburn. Ellsburn, aye. Supervisor Jew.
Aye.
Jew, aye. Supervisor Maxwell. Maxwell, aye. Supervisor McGoldrick. McGoldrick, aye. Supervisor Mirkrimi.
Aye.
Mirkrimi, aye. There are 11 ayes.
The resolution is adopted. Can you read items 45 through 47, please?
Item 45 is an ordinance amending the San Francisco Police Code by adding Section 617 to prohibit the possession of sale of firearms or ammunition on property controlled by the City and County of San Francisco. Item 46 is an ordinance amending the San Francisco Police Code by adding Section 4512 to require that all handguns located within a residence be kept in a locked container or disabled with a trigger lock. Item 47 is an ordinance amending the San Francisco Police Code by amending Section 613.10 to require licensed firearms dealers to transmit to the Chief of Police an inventory of firearms every 6 months.
What is this meeting to show us there are too many people in the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services, or what's going on?
Overtime.
All right. To the item, Supervisor Mercarimi.
I think the legislation speak.
Go ahead, Supervisor.
Sorry. Thank you, Supervisor Amiano, for that public service announcement. This is regarding a technical amendment for item number 46 on behalf of the number of sponsors, Mayor, Supervisor Maxwell, etc. I'd like to introduce two non-substantive amendments to clarify any potential ambiguities in the legislation. I handed them out. They should be on your desk. On page 1, line 5, strike the words that is under the person's custody or control and replace that with owned or controlled by that person to clarify that we are referring to the residence and not the handgun. And then page 2, line 10, strike the words in the possession and add under the control to clarify that the weapon must be under the control of the officer, not just merely possession. That's it.
What's the difference?
It's really non-substantive.
Counselor, what's the difference?
Mr. President, you're changing the term from possession to control.
I can read it. It's
In
my
both
first and only
instances.
language. But what's it mean?
I believe, as
a lawyer?
Supervisor Mercarimi indicated, that this is intended to address any potential ambiguities as to whether the handgun is owned versus in somebody's residence.
Okay, motion made by Supervisor Mercarimi as to item number 46. Is there a second for that? Second by Supervisor Alioto-Pierre. Colleagues, can we do that without objection? That will be the order to the item. Supervisor Daly?
Yeah, no, I just given the mayor's engagement on the handgun ban that was on the ballot, I find this legislative package duplicitous at best. The mayor actually, during the campaign, scoffed at the measure that was adopted by the voters of San Francisco, laughing it off as unconstitutional, harming the city's case in court. His comments were actually included in the brief that was filed by the well-heeled attorneys from the NRA. I'm going to vote against this package as Gavin Newsom grandstanding in